My name is Pedro Alvarez, and in this video I will talk about the science of biology. But first of all, what is science? Science is an organized way of gathering and analyzing evidence about the natural world. And one goal of science is to provide natural explanations for events in the natural world. And in science we use a scientific methodology or scientific method that is a general style of investigation. And the scientific methodology involves observing and asking questions, making inferences and forming hypotheses, conducting controlled experiments, conducting and analyzing data, and drawing conclusions. Observing and asking questions. Scientific investigations begin with observation, the act of noticing and describing events or processes in a careful, orderly way. Inferring and forming hypotheses. An inference is a logical interpretation based on what scientists already know. Inference combined with a creative imagination can lead to hypotheses. A hypothesis is a scientific explanation for a set of observations that can be tested in ways that support or reject it. Designing controlled experiments. Whenever possible, a hypothesis should be tested by any experiment in which all other variables should be kept unchanged or controlled. To control that experiment, we need controlling variables and control experimental rules. The variables are independent and dependent variables. The independent variable is the variable that is deliberately changed, and the dependent variable is the variable that is observed and that changes in response to the independent variable. A control group is exposed to the same conditions as the experimental group except for one independent variable. Collecting and analyzing data. Scientists make detailed records of experimental observations, gathering information called data. Two types of data. Quantitative data that are numbers obtained by counting or measuring, and qualitative that are descriptive and involve characteristics that cannot usually be counted. Drawing conclusions. Scientists use experimental data as evidence to support, refute, or revise the hypothesis being tested, and to draw a valid conclusion. Now I'm going to talk about science in context. Scientific methodology is closely linked to exploration and discovery. Recall that scientific methodology starts with observations and questions. But where do those observations and questions come from in the first place? Curiosity, skepticism, open-mindedness, and creativity help scientists generate new ideas. Publishing peer-reviewed articles in scientific journals allows to share ideas and to test and evaluate each other's work. In science, the word theory applies to a well-tested explanation that unifies a broad range of observations and hypotheses that enable scientists to make accurate predictions about new situations. Using science involves understanding its context in society and its limitations. The way that science is applied in society can be affected by a bias. A bias is a particular preference or point of view that is personal rather than scientific. Now I'm going to talk about studying life. Biology is the study of life, and all living things are made of basic units called cells, are based on a universal genetic code, obtain and use materials and energy, grow and develop, reproduce, respond to their environment, maintain a stable internal environment, and change over time. The study of biology revolves around several interlocking big ideas: cellular basis of life, information and heredity, matter and energy, growth, development and reproduction, homeostasis, evolution, structure and function, unity and diversity of life, interdependence in nature, and science as a way of knowing. Most scientists use the metric system when collecting data and performing experiments.